So here's how to make a recycled DIY planter. I take a 1-liter bottle or 20-ounce bottle or 2-liter bottle. You chop the top off, invert the top into the bottom base. What I've got here, this particular method is called a sub-irrigation planter. One version of it where it has a wick that will draw the water up from the base, which is the well of water, and draw it into the top where the soil and seeds will go. So that as the plant needs it, as the soil dries out, it will automatically, using the wicking action, draw that water up to the top. So all you have to do is make sure there's plenty of water in the bottom, set it, and forget it. In this case, for the wick, you want to use something with natural fibers like twine. Like plastic fiber, really cheap yarn doesn't work very well. It does a bit of wicking action, but not enough to keep the topsoil moist. So what I did is I took like 2 or 3 coffee filters, laid them over each other, kind of staggered like that, and then just rolled it up and folded it. You also notice that the top was spread out so that it would have more contact with more soil. If you leave it bunched up like this, then only the soil directly around it would get. So you want this thing to be touching as much soil as possible. Okay? In that case, mine looks like this. I put some rocks in the bottom because if as the water starts evaporating out of here, it gets pretty top heavy and tips over if you're not careful, and then dumps all your plant everywhere. So this is just some old purple aquarium rock. There's the water, you can see the wick going up into the top, and this has actually been setting for a couple days and still keeping the soil nice and damp, which is a requirement because in this case the seeds I'm using are for bell peppers, and they require constant moisture, and I leave it in my windowsill where it gets at least 6 hours of direct sunlight. So in about 3 weeks I should see some sprouts coming out. In about 2 months they'll be big enough that I'll have to transplant them into a larger pot or into an outside garden. And that's all there is to that.